As you can probably tell, this is not my uni accommodation. So this video was done one day early than any footage of my uni accommodation, saying I showed any. Today's Monday, the day I'm supposed to be starting my training for Operation Paris for a start. So I have no access to the gym. I'm not at uni, so I don't have all my equipment because the day before today, I moved in with a bit of my stuff and I left them there. These were the stuff that I really wanted to make sure I did not forget. Along with that was also my gym equipment. So I'm basically just have nothing to do. So I've decided for this week, what I'm gonna do is I have a training plan for Monday through Friday, as you're already aware. And this is for the entire year, 259 days to be exact actually. But I'm supposed to be starting today, but since I can't go to the gym today, what I've done is I'm making it so that the Monday I'm supposed to be doing today will be Tuesday, and I'll push it all back to Saturday. The reason why I don't like working out on the weekends is because the gym opens at 7 a.m, which is quite late to be honest. Monday through Friday, but on Saturday and Sunday it opens at 9 or 10. And that's just too late because I wake up at like 5. So I like to get the gym out of the way early. So I pushed the gym back and I did plyometrics. I maintain the plyometrics I'm supposed to do 3 days a week. I've done the plyometrics today. I did them with a 10 kg med ball and I did the unilateral plyometrics like I said I was going on. I've written down I was gonna do them. So here's my med ball, and if I can rotate it, 10 kg. So I was doing some unilateral, ignore that. Ignore the roof. I was doing some unilateral plyometrics. And whilst I was doing it, I was like, damn, that's not heavy at all. Because I was doing them and it wasn't that difficult. Because when I first started doing this type of plyometrics, I used to buckle at my knee. And when I was buckling at my knee, I'd feel like a crazy amount of pain in my leg. It was bearable, it was muscular pain. I don't think there was anything wrong with the tendons because I could tell. But it was just like extreme tension and extreme stress on my body. And as I was doing this is the first time I really ever did this type of plyometric movements, and I was like, okay, I found something, because this is something that was above the normal plyometrics I normally do. Because the ones that I normally do, they're intense, but not really. Like it's difficult technically, but beyond that I don't really feel any muscular adaptations or anything. But when I was doing these plyometrics, I could feel strength adaptations. So I was like, yeah, next season I'm definitely going to be bringing these in with me. And I have that 10 kg med ball from last year, and I was like, okay, this is great, I'm just going to be using that and we'll see how things go. And I did them, and as I was doing them I was like, I don't feel anything. Like there was no struggle from me to do the movement. And when I realized, I was like, damn, because I've been doing this type of plyometrics for like a few months now before. But I was using the med ball as well, but like I was struggling to get off the ground. Like it'd be a slight jump off the ground from me, but I want to be able to get height. I'm not getting height now, like a crazy amount of height, but there's a lot more height than before. I'd say my height has doubled compared to where it used to be. And this is mainly just because I'm not buckling at the knees anymore. I can actually move just like how I would be if I was actually trying to do plyometrics, which for me is made me understand that with the med ball, because I was also doing it with the med ball before, it was too much weight for my body to withstand. Regardless, I weighed 80 kg and now I weigh 75 kg because I've lost some weight. But even then it was too much for my body to withstand, and there was more muscle. I don't know how my body makeup was, never checked. But if it was that much harder, then it should be much easier now when I get back up to my normal weight, now that I'm able to use the med ball and not struggle. Because regardless of if I was using a med ball or not, I would struggle. So the fact that I'm able to do it with the med ball at 75 and not struggle means that when I get that extra 5 kg back again, this should still be just as easy. And by the time I do get that weight back, I'll be doing weight much heavier than that, so this med ball won't be a focus for me anymore. Because the real use of the med ball isn't to use plyometrics for it. This is just because I have no equipment. It would mainly just be to be doing med ball throws, which I will not be doing today. I'm supposed to have been doing them, but I won't be doing them because I don't want to have to rewash my clothes again for uni. So I'm probably going to shift them back tomorrow. Actually, I don't have to shift them back. I'm supposed to be doing those every day. So other than today, the only day I'm ever gonna not do them, I'll be doing them every other day from there. And that's today so far, first day, Monday. So, just finished my first day. The gym was fine until it wasn't fine, because my gym at 9 a.m. on Tuesdays until about 12, they kick everyone out and they only allow non-binary people, or something about like special identity. I don't really exactly remember. I know non-binary, and obviously I'm binary. I identify as a man, and I've always identified as a man. So I got kicked out at the very end when I had 5 sets left to do on my mobility, which weren't going to take long. And I was under pressure because I was trying to get everything done as fast as possible before that even happened, and then I got caught up there. So I messed up the order of my gym training, and I messed up the mobility training in the gym, and I didn't get to finish it, and that just added time, so I never got to do all of it. But we'll just be using this week as a trial for that event next week. I boxed for a bit, that went well. Trying to get back into the flow of things for that. Boxing to try and boost my cardio, and then later on I'm gonna have to ride my bike to town to try and buy some food, because I don't have any food. So today's gonna be quite intense. So today is Wednesday. I'm gonna be doing Tuesday's workout today, and I woke up and for the first time in a long time, I woke up with pain, muscular pain from just going to the gym, which I'm happy for because I haven't had that in a while, so I miss it. But also upset with because what I was moving around wasn't very heavy, albeit a lot of it was base building. So there was higher reps than I'm usually used to, because usually I'm doing 3 reps, maybe 5 reps, but usually it's 3. And for example, for the clean and jerk work I was doing yesterday, it was 5 reps. I think I showed 3 reps last time because of the fact that I was picking, as I was doing the workout that day, like all the other days, I'm picking the weights that I'm going to be setting as the weights I'm going to be using from next week onwards, so I don't have to worry about trying to find what's my correct weight. But I was at 60 kg yesterday, but I dropped it down next set to 55. I only did 3 reps for that one set. And then I did drop it down, and I was able to do the 5 after some time. So I had to keep doing it. And just the intensity I'm not used to, because I've lost some of my strength clearly. If I'm struggling to do 60s, not 55s. I rarely ever do 5s. I usually do 3 reps, maybe 4, but I don't do that often, but usually just 3 reps. So doing 5s is a bit weird, but I'm mainly just doing it just to build up my strength quicker and practice my technique. So I'm not really complaining. Today is gonna be Tuesday's gym session. I'm just coming out of the shower. I'm basically gonna go once I'm ready, and then I'm gonna start Tuesdays. Also, I just remembered that because today is Wednesday, I've also got some plyometrics to do, so most likely I'm gonna do the plyometrics after my gym session, and then I'm just gonna get on with my day, which I don't know what it's gonna be. I still haven't got any food. I said I would do it yesterday, never did. So we're gonna actually have to go do that today. So today's Friday, and I didn't go to the gym the day before because my legs hurt a lot. Like I could barely move. I could barely move before, but I really couldn't move this time. I usually don't skip the gym, so it hurts me because I know that this is for my own good, but it's within limits obviously, and this was beyond those limits, so I didn't go to the gym yesterday. I stretched a bit and then I came today, which meant I had 3 days of Waffle gym to choose to do today, because since I skipped yesterday's, I was like, Saturday's a bit of a weird one anyway, and I'm only actually using this week to find out the weights of the exercises and just to get me used to them for next week when I actually start. So I was like, should I do the workout of Wednesday, Thursday or Friday today? And I chose Thursday because Wednesday is relatively easy. It's mostly upper body. Friday is very, very easy. There's basically no fatigue whatsoever. It's more anaerobic fatigue, which you can't really feel too much. And I basically know my PBs for Friday, so there's no need to go test that. But Thursday's a bit different because I need to look at my snatch form and do some other exercises that I've never done before, so I don't know the weights for, so I chose Thursday. And I'm not going to do any workout on Saturday. I'm just going to rest, because now I've done every single exercise that I said I've written down, I should say, in the gym. So there's no sort of, the worst of the fatigue is gone now, and next week I'll be much better. Having gone through this week, I've also readjusted my workout sessions. I've removed some stuff, got the realization that it was junk volume, it was too much for one specific muscle group, or it was just too intense on one day. So I just removed stuff because it was a lot to take in to begin with. And I usually have long workouts, but I'm new to some of these exercises, just to say, like the Bulgaria split squats. I've never done those in my life, so I got newbie gains right there. Those burn like hell. So I removed some stuff. I think I'm probably gonna have to remove some more stuff because I don't think I've done it all, which will shorten down my workout, so it's much easier and I won't have to run into any more problems again. Then we'll just continue going for the next few weeks, up in the weight, get to deload week, in week 5. We'll see what happens. So I'm in the middle of having breakfast, and I just thought now would be a really good time to show what I actually do. So I have my breakfast here. It's normally not in a frying pan, but I have the bread. I need to go get some. Otherwise I would have made sandwiches. But I eat. That was there. I eat and I consume all of these, drink some water, and then that's me for breakfast. I should really have this before I go to bed as well, but whatever, we move. But that's me. Here they all are again. So everything's high in strength because my eating habits are, most of the time they're quite clean. But there's basically no vegetables that I consume. That was a lie. There is no vegetables that I consume, or really fruit either. So I get all of that from all the good stuff from vitamins. Obviously vitamin D, you just need to draw the curtain, but I don't draw my curtains because like the sun's right there, shining into my eyes, and I don't want that. So I consume all of these and I guess I feel better. Supposedly. I don't really feel any different, but my performance probably is a bit better than how it normally is when I don't take these, which is obviously very good because the better I can perform and for longer, the faster I can improve. I hate taking pills. There's tuna in this, by the way. So I thought it would be a good idea to explain how my gym training is going to be going from now on, as well as also my sprint training, the plans that I have in motion for how I want everything to be going, so that you can know what to expect, what improvements I have expected that you can also aim to expect as we go through the season. So for the gym, I've broken it down into three main blocks. Three main blocks where I change not so much what I'm doing, but how I'm doing it. For example, in the first block, I split that down into two, and then all the other blocks are just normal. So we got 3 blocks of 12 weeks, and in the first block, I split them down into 2 separate blocks of 6 weeks. And in the first 6 week period we're right now, is mainly a focus on unilateral movements. And then for the final 6 weeks, that's when we're gonna go back to more bilateral stuff. So for example, for the next 6 weeks, I am not going. Well, right now it's actually the 5th week. 5 weeks. I'm about to go to the 2nd week tomorrow. But for the next 5 weeks, I'm not going to be touching any movements that are bilateral if I can avoid them. For example, I'm not squatting. I'm not hip thrusting. What else am I not doing? Actually, those are really the main ones that I made unilateral, because for the squats I'm doing Bulgarian split squats instead, and for the hip thrust I'm doing those unilaterally too. Then you've also got the reverse squats, which I'm also doing unilateral. So you can see that for the majority of what I'm doing is mainly unilateral. Then in the second block, I'm going to go into more detail on the other blocks later on when I actually get to them, but that's how this current 6 week block is going to be. For plyometrics, it's very similar to the sprint stuff. It's just unilateral work. There's not going to be any bilateral work unless I feel like doing a test, for example. There's not going to be any form of bilateral work done by me. It's all going to be unilateral, and it's all going to be weighted. And then for the sprinting, I'm starting that next week, and I'm planning to train for 3 days: Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday or Thursday, one of these 2 days, well, in fact both of them I should say, I'm going to be focusing on building up a base by doing 400-meter training, as well as most likely I'm gonna see. I'm actually not sure if I'm actually gonna do the 400-meter training, but I'll see. So we're gonna do that most likely, and along with that, we're gonna be working on obviously top speed, acceleration, stuff like that. Probably gonna be rotating, but every Saturday, without fail, I plan to be doing sleds if I possibly can. I have to speak to my coach about this, but that's the main plan, and I'm gonna have the sleds for now be moderately heavy to heavy, and we're gonna just continue going, and I might consider lowering the weights as we pass 6 weeks and start going to moderate weight to lightweight, and we'll see how things go. Today is the start of week 2, and it's technically the first official week I'm gonna have of training. There's gonna be a full week of gym training, sprint training, and plyometrics, and I don't plan to miss a single day, and everything's gonna finally go well. So compared to last week, like I promised I would do, I'm gonna increase weights of every single exercise I'm doing by at least 1 whole kilogram, and we're gonna see how we perform under such a circumstance. Obviously it's just progressive overload, so it's gonna be small, especially on such a tiny scale, especially when I'm just trying to find the weights again and just get back to my original weight. So things are most likely gonna be fine. Then we're just gonna move from there. Okay, so we're near the end of week 2, and I got 2 books that I think I should have talked about from the beginning, but I didn't have them written out, so I didn't speak about them until now. So first one, the purple one, both of them are training logs. The purple one is for the gym. In this, we have all of the stuff that I'm doing day by day, written out, broken down into the parts. So this, what I just showed was weeks 1 to 6, is probably reversed. Weeks 1 to 6, and after that, you flip through, then it's going to show you the actual weeks, and it's just going to show you the weights that I've picked for all the exercises listed out, and also my weight. Something worth noting is week 1, I was 75 kg, and I only trained 3 days in the week. And week 2, I'm 80 kg again, and I haven't missed a single day of training, and this streak is going to continue for the rest of the time that I'm here. along with that, we have the training log we actually care about, the one for sprinting and plyometrics. So the first page is very similar to the page in my gym training one. My sprint training isn't really much. I don't really decide what I do for my sprint training anymore. I let my coach do that. If need be, I put my input in, but usually he doesn't really make me need to change anything because I usually like what he says, so there's no need. But the plyometrics is something that I do myself. So I have the plyometrics here for month 1. You can see everything you need to know about the plyometrics. It's for 1 month, plyometrics unilaterally, also with weight, which you see once you turn the page and you see how I've been doing the work. You can see week 1, week 2, straight down the middle, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it shows you the weight. I was using my med ball, so all of these were just 10 kg, so there wasn't really anything special going on, but we see that change in week 4. Week 3 was the exact same, but week 4 we're actually seeing some weight. Got 12 kg. Tuesday was a sprint session. I did at 60% intensity, 70, 80, and 90 meters. I was supposed to do more, but I felt an injury, so I didn't. Plyometrics again, 12 kg. And Thursday, well, I haven't gone to my sprint session yet, so that will also be documented. And like I said, I've already had a sprint session. I should have recorded it and I didn't. So hopefully this time I'm gonna record at least something. Today I actually have my sprint training right now. I'm supposed to go right now. So I'm gonna go right now, then I'm gonna get there naturally. And hopefully I'm gonna show you guys something. Side note, look at my afro comb. I was picking out my hair and they all just fell out individually, one by one. Got this afro comb. This is the first time I used it. They all just fell out. Then I reenacted it and another one fell out because there was 3 originally. This is my old afro comb. Let's see if I can do it again. So my old afro comb, perfectly fine. My new afro comb. We're down to 1. I'm on my way to training now. I just remembered there's a few things I haven't said. The first thing that I haven't said is training. I'm in flats. I'm only going to be training on grass, or if I'm on a track, in flats. So looking back, I just realized I probably should have put my spikes in my bag, my old spikes, if I'm on grass. But yeah, that's me. I'm only going to be training on track in flats or grass in spikes to minimize impact, because I'm already trying to use this period before. It's just to build back a base for everything so that I'm back to where I used to be, so that I can go into the season strong. That's how I always use my off seasons. Along with that, I'm going to be training on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays and Thursdays could be anything my coach gives me, really. I might do 400 training, I'm not sure. I'm actually having to think about that, because I haven't even done any 400. No one's done any 400 yet. So I might not. Maybe I'll ease into it after all. Maybe I'll do some 200 work, and I'll, by the end of this period, get into 400 decently well enough. But it's still a work in progress. Other than that, we've got accelerations like normal. Accelerations, top speed work, that's not going to change for Tuesdays and Thursdays. And Friday's a special day. I plan to be using Fridays for sled training. So anything that is going to challenge me to produce horizontal force, because I have a poor time producing horizontal force whilst I'm sprinting out of the blocks. Once I'm upright, I'm fine. If I can make it so that I'm fine before I'm upright, I could lead from the gun, and me leading from the gun is a very dangerous prospect, because that's the weakest part of my race. So I plan to be doing sleds every week, or anything similar to sleds, so I can challenge myself in these positions, but with weight. So I have to push, because I already pushed, but I'm not sure if I'm completely pushing. Because if I was to race people that are around my speed, well, what you'd end up seeing is it doesn't matter who I'm up against. Even if we make since my actual official PB is 11:18, let's say I'm going up against someone who can run 11:28. put me against that person or a bunch of those types of people, like all different types of people that run 11:28, and you'll see that I'm basically behind everyone without a fail, because my first 40 meters is just that bad. Beyond there, I'm quite good, but that's a bit late to be playing catch up, especially in 100. So I'm gonna have to do some work on that too. Along with that, I don't think I've actually talked about how Operation Paris is going to work. I've just been throwing information about what I'm doing, but I haven't said what the goal is. The goal is obviously quite obvious, is to get to Paris, but the way I'm doing it is important. I've already said I've broken it down into 3 blocks. For this 12-week period, the plan is to get as much mobility as possible, as much strength as possible, and build up to 85 kg. Those are the 3 goals in order of importance. The weight isn't necessarily important, as long as I can get a lot of mobility and gain a lot of strength. And I've already set out goals of what strength numbers I want to achieve by each month is. For example, September is just to get my old PBs back and my weight, something I've already done, already got my weight back. Now we have to verify whether my PBs have returned to me, and hopefully I can get rid of this clean and jerk curse and push beyond 80 kg. I'll be happy with 81 kg because that's something.
Take your time to take your time. You must have lost your mind. Small boy, take your time.
Set.
This leg, the front one, to start to
Go.
stretch out. More importantly,
Sweet.
So I just did some semi-alright block starts. I'm sorry about the lighting, it's bad. I'm trying for my block starts, trying to figure out how to push out both legs and get the back leg to swing forwards like I did in one of my steps, kind of. If I can do that and push, I'll be ready very well for the season, and my block starts will be up to par. So today is Friday and it's raining, and it's a great day to be alive. Reason being is I've got gym today and I've got track. Let's start off with gym. With gym, today is the most complex day. Reason being, I don't actually care about the weights as much as I care about speed and time. What I mean when I say that is I need to do the majority of these exercises explosively, and they're done in sets of 10. Because you've got 10 reps every set, and these reps have to be done as quickly as possible. They're usually half reps, so it makes it easy to get them done, but as quickly as possible so I can challenge my muscles in an explosive manner, fast twitch manner. For example, the number one exercise I'm going to be having today is box squats, and you want to do these box squats no slower than 11 seconds flat and as fast as possible. If I do any of the box squats faster than 9 seconds, we go up by 10 kg, and it's the same for all the other exercises. If I do any of the exercises slower than 11 kg, however, I have to drop down by 10 kg. Because we just want to focus not so much on strength, but speed strength. We want to be able to be strong quickly, and that's basically how the entirety of the day is going to go. I'm going to get the workout done very, very quickly because I'm only going to be working for at most 11 seconds, and we're just going to push through this as fast as I possibly can. Whilst I'm doing that, we're just going to take our time in between sets as long as I need. I'm supposed to take 6 minutes minimum, but I can't because I've got a 9 a.m. Yeah, Friday 9 a.m. is lovely. But we're just going to have to see what I can do. But generally, this is a nice and easy day, and you finish the workout not even feeling any fatigue, or the next day, because there is none. It's all explosive, so fatigue doesn't even get to build up. Okay, so this is hours later and I'm on my way to track training, and I wanted to highlight a few things because I realized this is quite late. So first of all, when I was doing the box squats, I was doing them right, but I was doing them wrong. What I mean by that was I flipped the box height the wrong way, so it was higher than it was supposed to be, which meant it was a lot easier for me to do the work. I wasn't going as down low as I was supposed to be, so I was able to get really fast times, sub 9-second times, so I could up the weight where I shouldn't be, which means I'm gonna have to wait until next Friday to do all of that again. Most likely, I'd say next Friday. This Friday I got to 140 kg. Next Friday I'm probably gonna, if I don't, I'll probably say I might be able to move up to 130, and that's it. That's where it's gonna end. Other than that, track training today, my coach said we was gonna be working with this parachute strap thing where he just is able to hold me back. So we're gonna work on pushing up the blocks. Yesterday I was really upset with my block starts because I didn't like the way I was coming out of the blocks with my front leg. Well, not my front leg, but my right leg as it was coming out first. And my landing was off too. And all the other steps weren't good because I wasn't pushing as hard. So for the remainder of my time during my off season, that's gonna be my major focus, which is being able to push out of the blocks on the first step properly, and also being able to fully extend out of the first block. Because the first step push isn't bad because I can make it good at sometimes. It's just that I don't have it down completely and I'm not able to push the way I want to be able to push. So I was treating my block start as if it was really, really, really bad, where it's just really, really bad, which is progress, because I don't want to hinder myself in good areas. So I can go back to how my block starts were before, and now I'm just gonna be able to work on trying to improve my exit and make sure that I'm able to not just push with my quads and stand out straight base as well, but actually push down the track. So we're going to work on that. I didn't feel any injuries acting up from my shoulder yesterday either, so that was good. Though I have had 2 run-ins this week where my right ankle almost rolled. It was weird, I don't know why. I maintained a position so they didn't roll, but I'm getting a bit worried. So I'm not sure what I want to do about that, but that's the update so far. Okay, so I just had my training session with some sleds, and the conclusion that me and my coach have reached is there's a lot to work on in my starts. There always was, but a lot of things that I got last season I've lost because I haven't been able to reinforce them, because I haven't been doing any form of controlled and focused accelerations, block starts, sled work, any of that since June, which meant the very fundamental of lifting up your leg and then landing back underneath you, I've lost. I kind of already didn't have that, but what I did at least have was landing on the ground and my foot not doing this. Now my foot is coming forwards and then it's looking out and it's dropping on the floor and it's landing in front of me instead of behind me, which isn't really good. If I can keep my foot to stay still, come through like this and then land like that. It's a bit crude to show, but because the angles are bad, the lighting's bad. If you saw that, that's how I want to be moving instead of how I am currently. And if I can fix that soon, very soon, hopefully by the end of October or even earlier, and then actually focus on improving instead of just getting back to where I am, things are going to be very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lot of wall accelerations against the wall, obviously, at home. That's what I love about wall accelerations, you can do them at home. There's no need for equipment, just a wall or a tree or anything that just can't move, that is perpendicular to the ground. I can do a bunch of those, maybe even 100 every day, with serious focus and intention on not just landing underneath me, but making sure that I'm activating my hips, I'm pushing off the ground, and my leg position doesn't change. And I want to make sure that I'm not firing my quads, because I'm doing that again now, which I've kind of managed to not do every so often, but that's not good enough. I need it to be unconscious firing of my hips instead of conscious firing of my hips sometimes. So now I'm done, I'm stretched, and I'm gonna go home and prepare for Saturday, where we're gonna be most likely testing to see if I've caught all my maxes by the end of September, which is basically now. And just like that, that is September wrapped up. So I'm actually in October right now, well into October. I'm about to go into the second week, and I've just finished recording the entire video, and I just wanted to say September went as well as I wanted it to have gone. Couldn't have really made it any better than I did, purely because I only had 2 weeks in September for most things. I mean, for gym I should say. Plyometrics, no. Sprint training, no, I didn't do any of that. I did plyometrics, but only with a 10 kg med ball. Didn't do any sprint training, and didn't do any gym until the last 2 weeks. But with what little time I had, I would say it was very fruitful. I managed to go from 75 kg back to 80 kg. I would say I'm more fat than I am muscle compared to my peak when I was 80 kg last season. But we're gonna be working on that October onwards, so you can expect to see that in my next video. Along with that, I managed to retain my strength and get it back quite quickly, I should say. There was only one thing where I would say I didn't get the number that I wanted to, which was the deadlift, and there's an excuse. The excuse being I didn't get my deadlift PB of 195 kg because all of the lifts I did were done on the same day, all on Saturday. So as I went on, I'd start to get more and more fatigued. So 180 kg, whilst it might not be my PB, is close enough for me to be able to say there's a good chance on a very good day I could have lifted 195 if I did it fresh. Along with that, you obviously have noticed that there was no snatch. I should have done my snatch PB test, and I did, and I didn't like what I saw. Reason being was I want to be able to do an actual snatch. I can power, my PB for the snatch is 65 kg, but it's more of a power snatch, which means I'm not actually sinking down, and that's not the proper form for a snatch, and I don't like that. Because of that, I was doing the snatch, the actual proper form for a snatch, and I was struggling to get out from the ground, get off and stand back up. And when that was happening, I was like, I'm not gonna max out, because I'm not gonna feel comfortable with this PB, because it doesn't really feel like one. So in October, I've been working more on my snatch. You can expect to see footage of my improved snatch then as well, but that's the reason why there's no snatch. Though we can, based off my other numbers, assume that I did, and I would have achieved a 65 kg snatch like how I did last season. Along with that, I also did try to see if I could have surpassed my PBs, because why stay low when you can go high? And no, and it's understandable. I've only been in the gym for 2 weeks and not even 10 days like I was supposed to be, more like 8, I think, excluding the actual day where I did these max lifts. Because of that, it's not so surprising that I failed to go heavier than my PBs, which I'm not going to include in the video because the video is really long. But that's a summary of everything, and along with that, for sprint training, the focus is again mainly on my first 60 meters. So if you like the video, like it, comment, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. I've also got a Patreon where I have more content as well. If you want to go see that, links in the description, along with some other stuff in the description, so check those stuff out too.